is now, because people want what they want and they're not willing to do anything else, they're doing manipulation, family. And we talk about the witchcraft, and we're talking about the tarot cards. We're talking about the law of attraction. We're trying to manipulate spiritual things to get people to be interested in us. Like, we're like, I just saw somebody I just saw videos where this guy is teaching people, get him to text you in 10 minutes. Get him to text you in 10 minutes by doing this. Get her to text you back in 3 minutes by doing this. Get a text from your, it's like SO or significant other or whatever. Like, they're doing things to manipulate spirituality to get people to do things against their will. Dub Boy saying that's desperate. No, it's not desperate. It's real life, Dub Boy. Look in the YouTube space. Look at TikTok. Look at Instagram. People are because they want what they want, and they're not willing to say, maybe this is not in my league. Maybe there is people in my hometown that do me. You can't tell me. Like, I can't say, even in my hometown or where I'm at, I can't say there's nobody here at all. I haven't looked at everybody. So I can't say that I haven't found that there's just no one here. Because that's not true. I don't know that. The reality is, a lot of us just get hooked up on, fixated on a person. Y'all see me throwing my hair around. Fixated on a human being. And we don't leave room for anyone else. And so now we're manipulating spiritual forces in high, dark places, not realizing what happens on the other side of that. You're doing love spells, and there's people, literally, family, that are taking photos of you, making it black and white, and doing spells on you. Real talk. It's happening. And if you're not prayed up, and if you're not spiritually minded, it could be happening to you right now. But people are like law of attract, like trying to attract specific people. They're trying to attract specific things. They're trying to speak into existence certain things. They don't understand the power. They don't understand. It's not even the power, you guys, because it's not power. The disastrous effects of doing that. That's disastrous. What do you mean, Sam? Because you doing that could destroy you. Because you playing with dark forces. So if you're utilizing dark forces to accomplish a mission, and that mission doesn't come to fruition, guess what happens? It comes back on you. You start losing hair. You start losing opportunities. You start losing money. You start losing family members. That's what happens. Because the dark energy stays around you. You start losing sleep. You start not having nightmares. You start wondering why family members are dying around you, like dropping like flies, because you decided you wanted a person so bad. You decided, I want somebody so bad that I'm willing to put a spell on them, and I think that that's all is free and clear. I do this spell and then it's over with. No, it comes back on you, family. It's not free and clear. Now you got this dark force and energy that you invited into your home, and now you're wondering why you can't sleep. You're wondering why you're waking up and a bill showing up. You're wondering why there's money being left. You're wondering why there's vandalism on your property. You're wondering why you just find bad fortune after bad misfortune. Because at some point when you play with dark, you get dark. You reap what you sow. It's gonna collect. Yeah, you trying to get that man, but it's coming for collection, baby. You trying to get that woman, but it's coming for collection. Y'all don't understand. Y'all playing with the law of attraction. And there's a bigger thing that I'm going to get to at the very end of this, at the end of this spiel. People are getting so caught up in what they want and who they envision for themselves. And they're not looking towards the people that are around them, that are in their league. Family, I've had honest conversations with Pam. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. Okay, let's keep it with 100 in the chat. Let's keep it 100 in the chat tonight. I've said to Pam, I said, Pam, am I being unrealistic? Pam, do I want something that's like not something I can attain? You know, just asking. You know what I go for. You know what's going on with me. Oh wow, DJ Red Rain, I'm gonna read that. And Pam said I had to have somebody that I knew was gonna tell me the truth. I just said, Pam, am I being unrealistic? I asked Pam, and that's another friend of mine. I said, am I being unrealistic? Somebody that's not gonna lie to me. And Pam was like, no, Sam. And Pam is a good person to me, because Pam will be like, I think Pam be telling me what she really believe about what level, who I should be with, what level she think I should be at. We need friends like that in our lives. We don't need a friend to be like, nah, bro, you need to be going after Beyonce. It's like, that's not real. Like, what do we? No, you can't get Beyonce. Beyonce's married, but I'm just giving an example. Beyonce was okay. Think outside the box. I'm just giving a ballpark. There are people that are mad about the level that they are on. They're mad about they're like, oh, I got money, so I should get any type of woman I want. That's not true, beloved, because it's not just about money. What, Sam? Yes. For some women, all you need is money. That is the only ticket you need to get anything you want. That's all you need. There's a lot more women. I'm going to say a lot more women. You need to be there's got to be, for a long lasting, for a relationship you desire, you need to be more, you got to bring more than money. I say this all the time, you got to make my body work. I remember I was communicating with somebody, and he does very well for himself, and we were working on a project together, and he was saying, I get girls, and what are they gonna do? They gonna do this, they gonna do that. And to me, it was like, okay, that's what you want, but what about me? Because you got women that are coming at you like that. I got men coming at me like you. So which gonna separate you from the rest of them? And I feel like, just being honest, that should be everybody's perception. Because I'm not a dumb female. I'm not somebody that can't. I feel like I'm an asset. I feel like I have a lot to offer. I feel like I'm rough around the edges, though. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect. I ain't gonna say all that. However, I have an idea, whatever. That's besides the point. Y'all get what I'm saying. My whole point is that I think a lot of people, they think just because they got money or they got some type of success or whatever, they're like, oh, you know what? That's all I need. That's all I need. I just need a whole lot of money. And you know what, y'all? For some people, that's exactly right. That's all you need. But probably for the women you desire, you need a little bit more. Because to me, you're going to have to be fine to me. I'm just being honest. You're going to have to be fine. You can add money and I'll leave you. I will still leave you. Because money's not enough. How do you treat me? Are you respectful? Are you faithful? Are you loyal? Are you a man of your word? Do you have integrity? What's your character like? Money is just money. What about everything else? Now, it does get you more stuff. I'm not going to say you don't get access to more things, but I am saying, and you know what, Trav, you're saying something real right here. Saying you're going to need somebody to walk the dog with you. I had an epiphany about that. Recently. I thought about that. I'm like, I want somebody who's going to be there for me. Somebody I can trust that's going to be there for me. Somebody that's going to be solid. Like a rock. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody that can, because right now it's cool. We, Sam, fairly young. I'm healthy, whatever the case may be. But as we get older and time goes on, I need to be able to trust that you're going to be there for me, just like you got to trust that I'm going to be there for you. Yes, JB saying somebody I don't have to remind to pray, period. Exactly. Somebody you don't have to remind to pray. Somebody that you don't have to tell to have a spiritual relationship. They have it on their own. They have their own spiritual understandings. You know, there's things that absolutely matter in the world. And I think a lot of us get caught up in looks, the appearance of things. And then once you get appearance and once you get looks, you understand that looks aren't everything. Just like if if you thought money was everything, you get with money, you find out money isn't everything. It's not everything. Just like when you get looks, when you get money, it's not everything. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become framily, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.